What a blast!
So my plan with the scam troll videos is going to be to upload one every single week for you guys, but you guys are absolutely killing it with the support on those videos. They always do insanely well, and almost every single one ends up with close to, if not over, 100,000 views, and that's absolutely insane. So today I decided that I was going to bring you guys
another one
a few days after I uploaded the last one. So as a YouTube personality, it's not uncommon that I run into people, you know, adding me on Steam or DMing me on Twitter or emailing me or whatever, looking for, you know, sponsorships and stuff. Normally it's not really sites that I want to partner with. I've had a lot of people come to me with offers for random programs and services that I wouldn't really use myself, and I don't want to promote that stuff on you guys. So it's not super uncommon to have somebody add you on Steam and ask you if they want to work with you. But the thing is, I'm actually on my second account here. As you can see, my account right now is called I Love Fanatic, and this account isn't associated with my YouTube channel at all. There's nothing YouTube related on this account. So it didn't really make a lot of sense to me that somebody was trying to add me, you know, to partner with me if they didn't really know who I actually was. So that kind of raised a red flag from the beginning, and just looking at this guy's profile, I mean, he doesn't really have anything in his inventory. He says that he's a developer slash admin on CSGO Reaper, and all this other garbage. He's got all this other garbage on here, you know, nothing really too different from a normal scammer, but the way that he went about this chat was absolutely crazy. It was the most unique thing I've ever seen. So Mr. Charlie Mills, today we're going to be taking a look at how you messed up, and we're going to see if we can change it up a little bit here. So with this said, I'm going to hop into the chat here, and we're gonna take a look at what Mr. Charlie Mills had to say. So Charlie Mills sent me a friend request, and I accepted it, obviously, because anybody who adds me on this account is actually trying to scam me, and at the time I had Trading Diddle in my name, so I knew that would pull in some scammers, and it absolutely did. But the way that he went about this was completely weird. Normally they go for your skins, but in this case he really didn't. I'll get into that in a minute, but I started out the chat with, "Yo, you added?" To which he responded with,
"Hello, hey mate, you there?"
I was like, "Yo, what's going on, dude?"
I actually added you to see if you'd be interested in a small sponsorship with CSGO Reaper.
I was like, "Yeah, I'm interested." And when I first started this chat, I wasn't really thinking about the fact that I was on my second account, so I just kind of assumed that it you know, it could have been a legitimate guy looking to sponsor me. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm interested." I always listen to the details and hear what they have to say before I accept or decline working with them. So it was, you know, something I was interested in seeing.
I hope you know the sites and have confidence in them. I'll explain what this is all about. Since we barely sponsor any streamers or YouTubers anymore, we're looking for some gamblers that could help USD advertise by gambling on big websites with CSGO Reaper in their name. Obviously, we'd provide you with skins to do this, and a percent may be kept for the time spent on this. Every week we give you $2,000 USD, you save 400 USD and play for 1600 USD. 0.400 you need to ensure that in case you lose your money, you could win. Your payment would be $2,000 per week with a 20% cut and 80% gambling purposes. So 400 for you and 1600 as your advertisement tool for the week. So the payments go through our sponsorship website. From here you can make a request from one of our bots to send you the skins.
So basically, when he typed all this, I didn't really read it, to be completely honest. I just kind of skimmed through it, and I was like, all right, you know, the fine details are he's giving me $2,000 a week, and I should save 400, and that is a lot of money. Like, that is way more than I usually get for sponsorship. So I was like, all right, this seems pretty sweet. Let's see. And I actually did end up skipping, you know, I skipped over the fact that he said, since we barely sponsor streamers or YouTubers, we're looking for gamblers to gamble on big websites with CSGO Reaper in their name. So basically what he's telling me to do, to go on other gambling websites like CSGO Hunt or Howell.gg or something with CSGO Reaper in my name, and making, you know, doing huge pots just to make people be like, oh wow, he's winning big pots. That makes me want to go on CSGO Reaper. Which doesn't really make a lot of sense if you really think about it, but obviously this guy wasn't really thinking about that when he came up with this marketing scheme for the scam. So he asked me if I was interested, and I was like, yeah, for sure. Where do I have to go? And then he was like,
what's your name?
Which is a little bit creepy, but I guess for what he did, he had to put my name into the custom, a little custom scammeroni bot he had going on there.
He said, okay, 1 minute.
He linked me to CSGOReaperSponsoring.com, and he was like,
I'll give you login and pass. You on website? This is the official socket from CSGO Reaper. From this account you can withdraw skins to keep track of statistics of players, watch your stats from how much you've won, how much you've lost, the time until the next payment, and your balance.
I was kind of skeptical of this. You know, I don't usually click random links people send me because, you know, they're phishing links sometimes, and I have a lot of skins on this account right now because I'm looking for scammers, so it wasn't really something I wanted to risk, you know, messing up. So I asked him to DM me on the Twitter really quick. I was like, you know, I figured if it was legitimate, he could DM me on the CSGO Reaper Twitter and everything would be okay. Obviously, you know, when he sent me this link and kind of went over it with me, I got a little sketched out because generally people, when they sponsor you for gambling stuff, they don't really send you links. Like, it's just you go on the website, or they'll send you a trade with some skins, or they'll send you money on PayPal or whatever. You know, it's never, there's never some sort of external site for them to sponsor you. Most things don't have that. The only website I know that has something like that is OP Skins with their affiliate program, and that's still on OP Skins. It's just like an affiliate page. So it was definitely interesting to see. And this is definitely not a scam that I've seen before, so it really kind of took me by surprise, and it actually took me a while to figure out that it was a scam, but you'll see in a minute how I did. So I said, can you DM me on the Twitter really quick? And he said,
I'm just CMO. I'll give you personal account.
So I said, okay. And I gave him my Twitter, because I thought he was saying he would give me a personal account that he could DM me on. So I was still going to try and DM him on Twitter if I could, and, you know, if he was actually working for CSGO Reaper, they would have followed him on Twitter. So I was just going to check that way. But
then he was like, I don't have Twitter, I'm just CMO. I'm not creator, CSGO Reaper. Chief Marketing Officer, CMO.
So you know, I didn't want to just be like, dude, fuck off. Like, you're obviously not, you know, you're full of shit. So I you know, I said, oh, I just realized the link is HTTPS. It's a secure link. I was like, sorry for the doubt. I deal with a lot of scammers though, so I can never be sure. Let's proceed. So if we actually go on the site, you know, it is a secure URL, which generally the sites that have those are fairly legitimate because they're expensive. You know, it's expensive and it's a long process to get your site secured like that. You know, you have to actually like pay for hosting and stuff. So it's, you know, this guy is probably making a decent amount of money off of scamming. So he's really like striving to make his site look as legitimate as possible. And, you know, showing you guys the video on here, you can see that it is a secure site. And he gave me the login and the password for it, and I signed in, and you know, everything was in there. And this is really when I realized that it was a scam, because what it said on the site was that I had to have a minimum deposit of $12 to prove that I had a capital investment or mutual trust capital or something in the site, so that I would be able to, you know, basically so that they could trust that I wouldn't just take the skins and run. So he said,
login is user885, password is ACG587.
Now, I doubt that this password and username still works, but if you guys want to check out the site, and, you know, maybe mess around with it a little bit, obviously don't deposit on it, but if you wanted to, like, you know, report the site or just kind of check it out for yourself, that is the username and password. The A is capital, so if you can get it to work, then by all means feel free to go and try and check it out. But I would assume that he locked me out of it as soon as he took me off his friends list. But then he said,
if you win $2,000 to $3,000, you can collect yourself by giving us only 20% of the won sum. In order to use your $2,000, you need to verify your account. We've had some people that took the skins and never came back, unfortunately. Sorry, man, I totally forgot about the verification system. I'm pretty sure I can add the $2,000 to your wallet, by the way. The bot will not accept the exchange from automatically rejects it if checked. You have nothing to lose. You there?
So when he was, you know, when he was explaining all this to me, I was just kind of looking over the site. So if you click the verify button on here, it would actually open up a trade with this bot, Reaper CF number 7. I don't know what the CF is supposed to stand for, but this is what it looked like. And as you guys can see by the inventory of this bot, this guy is doing some serious scamming. I mean, he has a factory new Bayonet Gamma Doppler Emerald in here and a factory new Karambit Tiger Tooth. Like, this guy clearly has scammed some people out of some expensive shit, and that's just really unacceptable. So I'm gonna leave all the links and stuff down in the description. I'm gonna have permalinks to these guys, so if you want to report them, I'd really appreciate that. And definitely at least report the guy's main account, because this is just totally not cool. This is like a $1,000 or $2,000 knife, and these are like $500 knives, I'm pretty sure. Like, these are expensive skins to just take from somebody, and that is totally not cool. But basically, when you clicked on the verify link, it would open up a trade with this Reaper CF7 bot. that's basically where the trade would go. You'd send $12 to him, and the trade would go. And what doesn't really make a lot of sense to me is that he's telling me he's going to be giving me $2,000. To be able to trust that I won't take the $2,000 and run, I need to deposit $12. And, you know, the best way to avoid scams is to just use common sense. Like, that doesn't make a lot of sense here. You'd think that I'd have to deposit more than what they were giving me, you know, at least at first, so that they could, you know, build up that mutual trust. Whereas if he was giving me $2,000 and I only had to give him $12, if all I had to do was give this guy $12, I could still run away with the other, you know, $1,988. I don't understand what, you know, like why that number was so low. Normally with scams like this, if they're gonna pay to make a website and stuff, it's at least like $40. Like if you guys saw the video I made about the fake Steam group like websites, those have like $40 or $50 deposits. So I don't know why this one was so low. I think the guy should have, you know, gone all out if he was gonna try and scam people, but that's just me. Anyways, back to the chat. So I was like, yeah, where do I deposit the skins? So he said,
for sponsorship, you must pass the verify. Look.
Try to deposit cheap case. I was like, no, I see, but how do I deposit?
By the way, the bot will not accept the exchange.
So I was like, if the bot won't accept, how does this all work?
It is used for account verification because all our partners have skins in inventory to attract players to CSGO Reaper.
It's like, I don't understand how all this works, and it won't let me send the trade. Now, realistically, when I clicked verify, it would actually open up the trade, and I could have sent the trade, but obviously, why would I want to? I still actually have the trade open. I just showed it to you guys, but it is on my main account because that's what I have logged in on Google Chrome, so obviously, I couldn't send him a skin on that account. Not that I would have sent a skin anyways, but I basically decided to take the route of pretending that I couldn't get the Steam trade thing to work, and things kind of took a turn for the worse down here, but it's very, very interesting to me how the dynamic of this site worked. You know, even though it is a fake site, he had redirect links and stuff on this, you know, on his like fake interface that led directly to CSGO Reaper. So like to the average person who didn't really understand these scams, this could look totally legitimate. And I guess that the reason that the minimum, you know, deposit is so low is because $12 isn't that much, and you can probably get a lot of people, you know, to deposit it because they're like, oh, it's just $12. What do I actually have to lose, you know? So he said,
after verification, you should see a socket with players on CSGO Reaper in it. You have to play at least $1,600. Try to send a cheap case.
I said, it signed me out and I can't sign back in. I really want to partner with you guys. It's my dream. So he gave me the username and password again, and I was like, it won't let me sign back in. He's like,
can't be. It works.
I was like, it works. I wasn't capitalizing the A. I'm a dick. I was like, it still won't let me send the trade, though. When I click verify, it says the trade link is no longer valid. And he says,
can't be. Everything works.
That's just what it says for me, and, you know, I'm down with the times. I know how these scams work, so I decided to do a little inspect element of my own, which is a very common theme in CSGO scamming, and I decided to take a trade. I opened a trade offer with my own trade link, so it would give me an error message, because you can't send a trade to yourself, and I inspect elemented that, you know, the you can't send a trade to yourself text, and I made it say, the trade link provided is not valid. So I sent him that. And he said,
send all screenshot with URL, full screen.
I was like, what do you mean? So he sent me a blank URL. So I clicked the verify button on the website, and then I sent him the URL, which is not what he wanted. He wanted a full screenshot. So I was like, that?
And he was like, click verify, then screenshot with URL.
So basically what I did after all of that is I just took the, you know, the invalid trade link, like inspect elemented screenshot, and I pasted his trade link URL in the top, and then I just took a full screenshot of it just to show him, and then I sent it to him and I said, this is the whole screen I see. So he basically said,
maybe your inventory is private, I don't know.
So I sent him the screenshot again, and I was like, this is the whole screen I see. My inventory is public. Maybe it's because of my Ethernet cable. Sometimes it wiggles loose and it makes it so my Steam doesn't work. Let me tighten it.
So he said, okay.
And I responded literally instantly. Like the second he said, okay, I had it all typed out, I hit enter, and I was like, okay, I tightened it. It still says the same thing. And he was like,
then you will not be able to pass the verification.
I was like, what do I do? I don't have any cheap skins. I was just going to deposit a knife because I would get the money back with payment anyways, because I wanted to keep him on the hook, boy.
So he said, we will not be able to sponsor you if you do not pass the verification.
I was like, but it's my dream to be paid for doing nothing more than just gambling big. I was like, that is so cool and totally a legit job that people have in the CSGO community who aren't YouTubers. So he was like,
maybe you have Skype.
And you guys know how I feel about Skype, so I was like, I'm not allowed to use Skype. My parents walked in on me and my friends in a group call watching SpongeBob SquareNuts once. It's a porno with Sponge and Sandy. They made me uninstall Skype. I can only use the computer for 2 hours a day. So he said,
Okay!
I was like, so what do I do? And he said,
Bye.
I was like, no! I want this to work! I want to be a gambler, please, please, I'll do anything! And he said,
Sorry, we not will work with kids.
and I was like, I'm 17. And he said,
I'm 58.
and then I was like, prove it. And then he removed me from his friends list, and that was the end of that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really wanted to share this with you because it's absolutely crazy, the amount of determination that this guy had and the amount of effort that went into making this like fake page and everything else that he did. This was definitely the most unique scam I've ever come into as well, and I really wanted to share it with you. That's why I'm uploading this video now as opposed to like a week from now. But the plan for the future, guys, is to have one scam troll video every single week. I probably won't have them on the same day. It'll just be throughout the week. You know, if I need an upload, I can just upload one because I have recorded a couple in advance, or I'm going to. So that's going to be the plan for that. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like on it. If this video can get to 1,000 likes, I will be giving away a CSGO knife. I already owe you guys one from the last scam troll video, so I am going to get that together and have that in the next video or two for you guys. But with that said, I seriously can't thank you guys enough for all the support you've been giving me. Thank you for 46k subs, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Don't get scammed. It's super lame.